This episode of HOBI is sponsored by Jeff. Save 25% with promo code HOBIPOD.
Please note that any comments, jokes, questions, maybe anything that we say on the History of Bad Ideas is all in good fun. And remember, we insult everybody. Our thoughts, opinions, questions, anything else, actions that we do on the show do not reflect any of our employers, organizations, advertisers, or anyone else that is associated with the History of Bad Ideas. And remember, at the end of the day, it's just a joke.
Welcome to the History of Bad Ideas, episode number 529.
529.
I'm Jason.
I'm Jeff. I'm Jim.
I'm Brian.
Blake is not here. He's down to 500 for the year.
Drops his average down to 500.
Yep. So it's all right, though.
Was that 3 for 6?
3 for 6. 3 for 6. But I feel good. Like he's going to stay at 500 for the year.
I'm what, 506?
5 for 6, yeah.
Me too.
Yeah,
Yep.
You guys are doing good. Jeff and I batting a mean 1,000.
Batting 1,000. Boom.
Yeah. Unfortunately, come March, I'm going to miss 2 straight weeks.
What? 2?
Yeah. But that's okay.
So we're looking for people to host us for 2 weeks in March.
Dana
Dana
Gardens.
Dana White.
Dana White might. He might punch you, though, so just be careful. Allegedly.
We can just do Joe Rogan.
He probably...
We're better than Joe Rogan. I read a review.
That's true.
100 times better than Joe Rogan.
So Joe Rogan can come on our show. How about that? Dana White may not be the most stable guy out there. Just a tip out there. Just a little hunch. Brian, how are you down there?
I'm okay.
Okay.
I got bit at work today, so that kind of sucked.
By a cat from Kitty City or a dog?
By a dog.
By a child? A person?
No, a dog. So that kind of sucked, but otherwise, doing well.
Where'd you get bit at?
On my leg.
Oh, did it hurt?
Would you like me to bite you and see if it hurts?
Well, you're different. You're a human. You're not a dog. Was it a big dog? A small dog?
I was like a 75-pound pit bull.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
Yep.
And then they put it down.
What the fuck, man?
They don't do that.
I'm glad you're sitting on the opposite side of the table with him. I'm just saying the dog better not bite me.
Were you... what happened? Like, were you feeding it?
No, I was taking it outside.
Oh, that sucks.
Reactive to other dogs.
Yeah.
Went to correct, and it overcorrected onto my leg.
Ugh, God.
So,
well, I'm sorry, Brian.
that's okay.
So it didn't mess up your tattoos or anything, did it?
No,
Okay.
no,
Do you have tattoos on both legs or one?
both,
Okay, that's what I couldn't remember.
all 3.
All 3 legs. Whoa. I don't want to know about that. Jim, did you get bit today at work?
I did not work today.
Oh. Did you get bit yesterday?
I did not work yesterday.
Did you get bit last time you worked?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, that's a positive. Then you might actually get syphilis if you did. Anything going on?
Yeah, because syphilis is usually the first thing you get.
Getting bit by a college kid, yeah.
It is coming back.
So is measles.
Not if you get vaccinated.
What? No.
Sorry, my bad. Yeah, in Cincinnati on the...
what kind of an idiot would take a vaccination?
My bad. Down the hall, In
No, they're vaccinating down the hall. I'm not going down there.
in Cincinnati's airport in January, there was people were exposed to measles. So on an air flight, so they were sending it out by the news this week. So hopefully, no one got measles that we know of.
Well, that's what we've got to look forward to.
Is that the next thing?
Just a amalgamation of people not getting fucking vaccinated for anything anymore, or vaccinating their kids. So, everything's coming back.
Here's the best part. So the small little town that I live in, we have a Facebook page, and as Brian has shown many times, it's nothing but good things on social media. This week, today, there was a thing on like the community page that somebody posted that everybody be careful. Was it the nanovirus, whatever the stomach bug virus is going around? I forget what it's called, rhinovirus, whatever. And she posted on there that be careful. Fairfield local schools, which is up north from us, has 29 kids sick today alone in one class because they all have the stomach bug. But it's not treatable, and it makes you feel like death. And one person goes, way to really get people in fear of a stomach bug that goes around every time this year. And she's like, well, I've been throwing up, and it's been coming out the other end. I'm like, why are we posting this on social media?
Norovirus.
Thank you. So
People need to know, Jason.
I guess. But there's no cure, she said.
It's a virus that explains itself. Thank you.
I'm not wishing anybody gets sick, but why are you posting this as like the next epidemic is coming out, the next pandemic? Oh, no, we got stomach bugs. Calm down, people. Calm down.
That's the problem with social media. People who have nothing or no one have a giant black hole to scream into and connect them with other single-brained people, organisms.
It's coming out both ends, Brian.
Single-brain-celled people.
It's coming out both ends, Brian.
Well,
so
And was it the Kruger-Dunning effect?
what's that?
The effect where someone who has little knowledge in something overestimates how much they actually know about something.
Oh,
And kind of vice versa. But, it's like once you get some knowledge, you realize there's a lot more knowledge out there. But when you have next to no knowledge, you think you know everything.
that explains a lot, actually.
Yep.
So just be careful, guys.
Like me, I know everything because I know that term.
I agree.
I know enough to know that I don't know anything.
I know enough that there's a lot of dumb people out there. So
I know enough that when an expert with the right credentials says it, I'll take their word for it over a hunch or something I heard someone say once.
I wouldn't.
If it's on the internet, it's true.
That is true.
Abraham Lincoln said that. Yep, I read it on the internet.
Let's couple things here a couple rough things here before we get to the good parts of the show. First off, breath of silence for Carl Weathers.
man, that's a tough one.
And Toby Keith. Showman Cowboy. Carl Weathers. We'll get to him first. Go ahead, Brian.
No, well, I mean, just
It's Chubbs.
yeah. Predator, Apollo, or he was in Predator, Rocky, and Billy, or Happy Gilmore.
Yep.
The range.
Who was he in Rocky?
He was.
Dragoff?
That's not even a person.
Because Mr. T played Clubber Lang.
Was he Mickey?
Was he Paulie?
Oh, Paulie.
He was the robot.
He played the robot in Rocky 3.
Paulie passed away too, right?
Yeah,
Burt Young.
Burt Young did
I
pass away.
do know that his best role was Arrested Development.
When he played Carl Weathers.
Yep.
There was, I didn't read it, but there was an article going around about him on Arrested Development, and I guess that not that he made up a lot of this stuff, like he really enjoyed that as one of his favorite roles. And so I was like, oh, and there was a nice little article about
You can definitely tell he embraced that he was, playing a bad version of himself, and he ran with it.
He was awesome in Predator.
Yeah, I mean,
As awesome as you can be in Predator.
Predator was good. Predator 2 was not good. And then...
Yeah, I mean...
I think we can give one final ding, ding.
Is that a Rocky reference?
It is.
Oh, okay.
And then Toby Keith passed away last night after battling stomach cancer for 3 years, I think, is what they said.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
That's a rough one. 62 years old. Toby Keith should have been a cowboy, was quite possibly one of my favorite songs growing up, especially as a teenager.
Sorry.
Like it. Love that song.
There's not a single Toby Keith song that I think is worthwhile.
Doesn't mean that you can't be respectful.
No,
He had talent, Jeff.
Well, I don't know if I'll go that far, but I will say I don't wish what he had to go through on anyone.
Wow.
I really don't think any of his singing or songwriting is good.
Oh, gee.
I was not a fan of Red Solo Cup.
No.
Nah, I agree
That's the
with you.
best he's ever did, too.
A lot of his early 90s stuff was tolerable, but as a musician, I did not like him, but he had a massive effect, but he did a lot for the military.
Yes.
And had a huge presence with them and did a lot for the military. So I do respect that, using his position to do that.
I really like Toby Keith. I will say that. So,
well, if Jason likes it,
I make one comment today about you. Jeez.
Or one comment at least every week.
Do not. And then
So, Brian, how's that Frank Grillo doing?
oh man,
I didn't say anything about Frank Grillo today.
I know, but you've done it so many times to him in the past.
No.
But you haven't?
I support Frankie Productions.
But you haven't?
No.
what is that?
Have you
Because
ever
that's-
listened to one of these episodes?
I don't think you have proof.
What is Frankie Productions? Because no one's ever been able to figure that out.
Oh, it's the production company that Jason made up to make fun of Frank Grillo.
Oh, I don't
okay.
remember that.
Okay.
And
So
then,
it's not real.
No,
It's
no.
not a real thing.
No, he's making fun of Frank Grillo
Oh, okay.
while saying he doesn't make fun of Frank Grillo.
anyways, we do want to say good thoughts and karma to listener and contributor to some of our music.
Oh, yes.
Marty, get better, Marty. Hoping best for you in a couple weeks for a medical procedure.
Definitely. Get well soon. Marty does our introduction to box office bombs and plot lines.
Yes. Which we add to every week because there's more people now. But he was one of our first-time listeners, early listeners.
First time, long time?
First time, long time. And so we really wish him the best in that. So there you go.
Can we send out some good vibes to Megan's father-in-law?
Prince Charles.
King Charles.
King Charles.
Who also may be going through pancreatic cancer.
Is that what it is?
So that's what it's reported, but it's not
I heard
verified.
cancer. I didn't hear any specifics.
Where he's talking about abdicating the throne.
Well, it was interesting because they did say that, it's probably going to happen sooner than later. And they're like, of all of his duties. And I'm like, what fucking duties does this guy have? I mean...
I just heard how he's a workaholic and he works a bunch and he's and he's stressed and everything. I'm like...
He's his job in the world.
You're a showcase. I mean,
You're a king that doesn't even run a country.
Yeah, you don't...
You don't do anything.
Wait, have you ever been king of a country?
I have.
Which one?
Pretoria?
Latvia.
Pretoria?
Did you just say Lactavia?
Latvia.
What is Lactavia?
Latvia.
What is Latvia?
Latvia. Is it Latvia?
No, Latvia is the Doctor Doom's country in Marvel Comics.
He took it over from me.
Sure.
I doubt that.
Okay, just because you're the king of Kitty City, okay, Brian? You're coming in with a lot of fire today, and I don't like it. Relax down there. You don't have to play the role of Blake today.
I'm not.
No, he's playing the role of Brian.
Yeah, that's true.
It's just the listeners want Jason to get
Put in his place.
Put in his place sometimes.
I didn't say anything bad. Jeez, you guys were all making fun of Toby Keith and...
You don't say anything bad.
I didn't make fun of Toby Keith.
I didn't make fun of Toby Keith. I just gave an opinion on.
I gave
my opinion on his music.
Your opinion.
He didn't say anything bad today. Like, did they put the dog down?
That was a reasonable question.
Do you know, you have zero idea how many times I've actually been bit at work, and not a single one of those dogs, nothing has ever happened to those dogs.
I know. You got bit on the nose once.
I did.
Yep.
Like 4 times.
I've been bit on the nose 3 times.
Yeah.
Only one requiring stitches.
Do cats attack more than dogs, or are dogs more defensive?
Nah, I mean, cats are...
Or just it doesn't hurt as much? I mean, it's not as big
it hurts.
but not as a big of an impact, I guess, since they have claws.
Yeah, I mean, it's mostly, honestly, like, it's when dogs don't really, like, bite. Mm-hmm. It's like a, you know, it's not like an aggressive thing, for the most part. Cats it's always defensive, and, you know, they're cats and
Ill-tempered.
they're assholes.
Yeah.
You know, when dogs bite, usually it's in playing.
Yes.
Because their mouth is how they do all their things.
Correct.
With cats, it's claws, and they are...
Spicy spicy cat.
Do you feel, and I'm being serious here, do you feel declawing cats is inhumane?
1,000%.
Gotcha. Is that the animal job that you have? Like in the animal industry, is that pretty much general consensus?
That is and that is something that that I have not recent, but within like the last 8 to 10 years, I learned, because I grew up where that's what you did. It was all of my family. They had cats. They front declawed, back kept in case they got out so they could defend themselves. And that was just what you did. As I became an adult and wanted to adopt a cat and got flat out told, we will not adopt an animal to you for you to torture it. And I was like, what are you talking about? I'm just trying to help you have an animal that needs a home. I'm trying to give it a home. Mm-hmm. And they're like, no, like they refused. And like one specific rescue, like literally made me feel like the biggest piece of shit.
Because you didn't know declawing.
Because I didn't know.
Yeah.
Like, and they didn't like educate me.
They didn't bother
like,
to take the time to explain it. They just
said,
insulted and...
Yeah, on the application, the return I got back says, at this time, we will not be moving forward with your application because we will not adopt out an animal of ours to be tortured.
Jeez.
Not explaining as to what they even fucking meant by that?
In regards to my response in the question was, do you plan on having declawing the cat?
Yeah.
And I mean,
what do they do with that? Do they literally just pull the claws out?
So it's basically the equivalent of cutting a human finger off at the first knuckle. And it's not necessarily a short term, it's a long term thing. As they get older, it causes a lot of pain in their paws.
Really?
Yeah, because I mean, you're literally cutting a quarter of their finger off.
That's interesting.
But yeah. So
I've never had cats, so
yeah, I mean, like I said, I grew up with them, and that was always just what you did, and the world changed, and I didn't realize that, and I found out the hard way.
Okay.
But now, I mean, one of our cats, because like our first 2 cats, front declawed, back, then, and then like we adopted our newest cat a year and a half ago, and she still has her claws, and it's not a...
I was going to say, is it a big issue?
I mean, you just give her some... Give them
stuff to scratch on.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, she's got a couple scratching posts and some, some stuff, and she's good. Like, she doesn't...
Look at us being an educational podcast.
Yeah.
It's better than just telling people that you're a piece of shit because you declawed your cat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean...
educating in that situation is the best way to go, not insulting or...
For an organization whose job it is to find good homes for animals, that is not the correct way to try to get a animal into a new home.
Yeah.
That is, in my opinion, like I don't know.
What they should have done was said, we have some concerns with this and this. Why would you do this? Are you aware of? And then,
instead of saying you monster,
this is why this is the don't do this. This is why it's frowned upon. Something along those lines, rather than assuming that I was going to pay them $100 to torture a cat. Like, fuck off.
And the simple fact of the matter is, if you knew that it wasn't good and they frowned upon it, and you were going to do it, you would have lied about it.
Correct. And I also,
you were saying you were going to do it. It's like, okay, this is somebody who needs education, not this is someone who needs to be derided.
Did you guys grow up with cats?
Nope.
Did you have any animals?
Until Jim came along, we had a puppy for 6 months.
And then the puppy got taken away because
Jim came along.
Gotcha. Oh,
They upgraded.
did they?
I like to believe so.
What does Jeff think?
They hate me.
Oh,
They resent me for losing the dog.
Not really.
not really.
The dog was not real well tempered.
It was actually a wolf, wasn't it?
No, it was a good dog, but I mean, we were kids, and Mom being the one that had to take care of it when she was having a difficult pregnancy with Jim, it's like the dog can't be taken care of properly.
The difficulty never stopped with the pregnancy, did it?
Nope.
No. Sorry, Jim.
Not at all.
No, it's okay. Okay, so there you go. There's our educational part of the podcast. Stick with us. We'll talk about Alaska later.
No, we won't.
No, we won't.
No, we will not.
So, on brighter news, the Super Cincy Expo is coming April 5th through the 7th at the Sharonville Convention Center. Come on up, listen to me and Jim and Brad do some video game announcing. And we'll also be talking to the voice of Bowser. Why are you
There's
crinkling
one or
the
two
paper?
in there.
What's going on?
You specifically bought me my own package of black and white cookies.
I have not had any of those since we left.
I had 2 today
Yeah,
when
see?
they came in, but
I had 0 out of that pack.
I had 3 last week.
Blake had 17.
There are 2 remaining.
Blake had 17. So
I got a bone to pick with your kids.
he's out in the green room.
We need to get that lockable cabinet.
We do.
Just saying, don't say you're going to buy something for me.
I didn't do it. Anyways, you know what you should buy? Tickets to the Super Cincy Expo.
oh, I was going to guess the Oreo Space Dunk cookies.
We do have that come up too. The voice of Bowser and the voice of Peach will also be at the Super Cincy Expo, April 5th.
The voice of Toad.
She is the voice of Toad as well. So, and we've got the voice of Dragon Lair's main guy.
Dirk the Daring.
That's right. So I can now ask him. This is the most annoying game ever, right? I can never figure it out.
I don't think it's annoying. It was just too difficult to pay 50 cents for.
Yeah, you had like one shot at timing the thing, and if you missed, boom, you're
Game over.
You
lost your 50 cents. You played for 8 seconds. Yeah.
Thanks, everyone. So.
At least the other games you can run back and forth for a little bit and then die. This one, it was just like, oh, the light. Oh, that game's over.
I could have played Tetris for like 149 levels
with the same 50 cents.
He was shot 9 times. Let's see here. We had a Twitter poll of the week. It was actually on Twitter this week, or X, or whatever it's called.
Oh yeah, I didn't care about this one.
Yeah, I ignored it.
What match did you want at WrestleMania? Cody versus Rollins versus The Rock versus Roman Reigns. Cody versus Reigns. The Rock versus Roman Reigns. Or Cody versus Rock versus Reigns. This is actually updated now. In last place, the 4-way between all of them at 8%. Third place, Cody versus The Rock versus Reigns, or a triple threat match. And the other two, Cody versus Roman Reigns and The Rock versus Roman Reigns, both had 40% each at the last second. So, big controversy. The Rock came back. He's challenging Roman Reigns.
So the question I have is, does every match have to be Reigns? Because
Yes.
he's in every choice.
He has the belt.
Well, he can lose the belt before then.
He's had it for 3.5 years.
He's
And
not losing it at any point other than WrestleMania.
yeah.
If he ever loses it.
I don't even know if he loses it at this WrestleMania.
He can leave it in the back of the limo. And
Chris Jericho did that with the AEW championship. He lost that.
There's an Apple AirTag on it.
Jim has it. Jim just shows up one day at the HOBI podcast.
Yep, I'm heavyweight champ again.
Come get me, Roman. So that's the big controversy, is that they've been building for Cody to get his revenge on Roman Reigns for a year, and then basically CM Punk got injured, so that blew up the the Seth Rollins CM Punk fight. So now they're like, oh, we don't really have one, and then The Rock's like, hey, I'll come back because it's a huge WrestleMania. Philadelphia almost sold out. Ratings are going through the roof now before The Rock came back. So now,
And they're getting rid of Vince.
yeah,
yes,
That has a lot to do.
The Rock is trying to help him ease in the.
well, he is on the TKO board.
Oh crap! This is bad.
We need to damage control and take away from this terrible situation in the biggest and most brightest spotlight possible. And this is the way that we're going to do it.
It is pretty smart, though, because whether they tried it or not, everyone started booing The Rock because they don't want him in it. They wanted Cody.
Yeah.
And what is genius in that aspect of it, now they're turning it around. Like, now people are like, oh, we want Cody, and all that. And so they're doing a Cody movement, basically. He's going to be the biggest hero out of all this. And whether WWE tried it or not, they're now back their ass into it, basically. So good for them. And I'm not even a huge Cody fan, but
Let's see if WWE away from Vince is willing to pivot when the crowd is enjoying, instead of holding your ground saying, well, I want it to be this way.
I think Triple H has a little bit better take on things. Raw is 3 hours long, which is tough to watch, and I don't watch all of it because it's tough for 3 hours every Monday. But it's really good. Like, he's done pretty well with the storylines and that. So I applaud him. Like, it's not the whims of a 77-year-old, narcissistic piece of shit.
Maybe we should let him run for president.
Triple H or Vince?
No, he already is.
Vince.
Oh.
What different one? Sorry.
Same difference.
Basically. I mean, they're friends.
Down the hall.
Down the hall.
I mean, they're
yeah,
piece
so
of shit.
yeah, absolutely.
Everyone in government's a piece of shit.
Yeah, some of the stuff coming out this week too, where I guess a lot of the NDAs that he made people sign
Yes.
aren't going to be valid.
Yes.
Because he did it behind all of the other board, and everybody, nobody in WWE basically knew it, and he thought he could get away with it.
I think he used his own personal attorney.
Yeah.
But he used it as like a signal, like WWE's doing this, but it really is just his personal attorney.
Yeah.
Which did not do well in the courts, they said.
So I think after the first shoe dropped, everybody kind of was like, oh, okay.
Yeah,
well, the best is that he also screwed up on some of the NDAs because he stopped paying. That's the first thing you don't do. Don't stop paying. Because I guess the one was a $3 million payout, and he paid like $1 million or $2 million, and then he never paid the rest of it. And so they're like, fuck you, let's go.
Yeah.
And the money was coming out of the WWE, not out of Vince McMahon's pocket.
And now the federal government is investigating.
Oh, yeah.
And you know that they have a hard-on for him because they're like, fuck, we screwed up the steroid scandal. We're not fucking this one up. Let's go get him. And he's also a piece of shit, so he should be investigated.
Well, we'll see. Whatever.
There's been rumors that Stephanie's the one that leaked everything. That's the one rumor.
I mean...
And it's a good theory.
If any... I mean, I know it's all like... It's hard to like really gauge, but a lot of like those old clips from back in the day...
Oh, yeah.
Some of
the
those,
90s.
Like, things that she was saying in the ring and like that they were saying to each other seem... really bad now. Like,
yes.
It's not like it wasn't just a story.
It wasn't an act.
Yeah,
like everyone just assumed.
Like when you watch it back now, all these years later, like knowing what you know, it's like, oh,
It literally is a real life version of Succession from HBO.
I don't know.
But yeah,
Remember when Stephanie was supposed to marry
Triple H.
No.
Test. Yeah, Test. And then that was a pretty funny thing though when they go through the Vegas
drive-through wedding.
Triple H. Triple H. Yeah, I say yes. And the pastor, the preacher, is like,
And do you?
Do you? And he's like, yes.
She says yes.
Good times.
But that storyline could be problematic today.
You think?
It was problematic then.
It was very odd then. Woo. Brian, did you watch anything this week?
I did, and I don't remember what it was.
It was that good?
Yeah, no, it's been a long month, and I can't remember.
Okay.
We had the Hockey All-Star game. Did you watch the Hockey All-Star game?
No, I didn't get to. I had to work.
The Pro Bowl?
I didn't.
We did watch the first quarter of the women's flag football game that they were playing, to which my 7-year-old goes, why is there an NFC and an AFC team on flag football for women's? They're not playing. They're not in the NFL. Are they, Dad? I was like, no, they are not, son. And I was like, these are just really good high school teams. Women's
two
high
teams.
school.
One represents
And
one
I was like,
conference.
but he's 7, and he's like, but I don't get that. They're not playing. I was like, I get that. They had some good throws. Did you watch the Pro Bowl, Jeff or Jim?
I did not.
Oh, it's a shame. Who won? Anybody know?
I don't know.
Not us.
I believe the NFC did. I think Eli Manning was the coach of the winning team.
Gotcha.
Where I think Peyton was the coach of the losing team.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, Jeff, did you watch anything this week?
I don't think I did.
Okay.
I did watch one thing, but we
What's
can
that?
talk about that later.
Okay.
Ooh, I think you watched a game show.
I watched Finest Kind on Paramount Plus.
What's
It's
that?
the new Tommy Lee Jones, Ben Foster movie.
Okay.
They're like
Ben Foster, 2 weeks in a row brought
Yeah.
up on here. With the
by me.
Run here.
Yeah.
We're the new Ben Foster podcast.
Yeah, really. It's like it's like based in New England. It's like they're fishermen, like a store, like kind of a father-son fishing thing, and it was actually really well done. And Jenna Ortega's in it.
Okay.
Ben Foster, Tommy Lee Jones. Keep it down out there.
Stop eating his Oreos.
Yeah. No, it was good. That's what I couldn't remember.
He just got obliterated by a guy.
Talking about my son playing Fortnite over there.
Fortnite in the green room.
Actually, Ralph Macchio's out there playing with him too. So we got lots of stars here.
I
Ross
really hope
Marquand.
Ralph Macchio isn't out in your basement playing with your son.
He's playing Fortnite. It's okay. It's okay. He's fine.
Well, Matt Damon's in the green room still.
Matt Damon. I did watch American Nightmare. The kidnapping one. Woo, doggy.
What a ride.
Yeah, my girlfriend's been kidnapped. You did it. Whoa. I just called the cops.
Immediately.
Yeah.
With doing zero research or investigation.
Detective Mustard. He's
Yeah.
not much of a cop.
Yeah, Matt Mustard.
Yeah.
That guy.
You know what? You never trust a guy named after a Clue character.
He just
Never
doesn't
trust.
cut the mustard.
He doesn't.
You know the
That's 'cause
wildest.
he wasn't quite a colonel yet.
That's good.
The wildest thing about that was at the end where they were like, yeah, like he got it completely fucking wrong, but we still gave him an accommodation.
Yeah.
He got rewarded for that.
Yes.
Like
Yeah, you pretty much just
you ruined
this guy's life.
these people's lives.
and congratulations. Here's a medal.
My wife. This is about. Brian talked about this a couple weeks ago about the girlfriend that was kidnapped, and the cops thought it was a hoax.
Yeah.
And they kept blaming the boyfriend. Then they said it was a Gone Girl thing.
yeah,
And then
like she set it up, and
Yeah.
like it,
and then you start like actually asking her why she acted a certain way. It's like, oh, well, that all makes sense now. Like, why didn't the cops just ask her?
yeah.
And I understand she was afraid. And then when she did finally tell what happened, the cops were like, no, we don't believe it.
Yeah, that's not believable.
And the best is, so my wife was watching it with me, and she's like, So the other department did this police works job? Yeah, pretty much. The other county.
I mean, thank God for the female detective.
Yeah.
At the that actually
solved it?
Yeah,
wasn't
actually
even the same county.
Yeah, she just was putting together pieces from other counties, same thing happening.
Yeah.
And was something
doesn't seem right. I just even seeing I get it, right? The boyfriend is the first suspect, right? Or the husband is
usually,
Missile.
yeah.
But he didn't even he went 100 miles an hour right out of the gate.
Yeah, why'd you do it?
Yeah, I heard
she
the story.
Where'd you bury her?
Yeah. Why are you so calm?
One thing about that they never did answer was when the FBI got involved, and the FBI guy had a relationship with the boyfriend's ex-girlfriend.
Yes.
Not problematic at all. He didn't need to recuse himself because he was too close to
Brian, it went before the board.
Perfectly normal.
Yeah, that was the best part. My wife and I were watching, and my wife's like, they're going to take him off the case. And then they're like, well, we investigate. He's fine.
That's not problematic. And then you find out that the guy that actually kidnapped her thought she was the ex-girlfriend, not her.
Yes.
Okay, that's a little bit of a problem because these two people have the same person in common. Let's not just talk about that anymore.
Nope.
Nothing else.
Nope.
No other mention of what the whole thing with the ex-girlfriend and this guy
and the FBI and that.
Nothing.
No, it's fine.
Let's just not answer that question.
It's not problematic. Not problematic at all.
Something else that's not problematic.
What's that?
Why hasn't Brian Laundrie's family, his mom especially, been charged with any tampering charges?
I think they're waiting for the civil suit to be done. I think they're waiting for that to come out.
Because, my God, when they talk to Brian on the phone, it's proven on records.
Yes.
And then they go out the next day in the media and say, we hope that she comes home safe, and gives this other family false hope.
Yes.
Oh, it's brutal.
It's come out in the civil case, yes, that there's some issues there. I really do think they're trying to wait for that to be done, and then they're going to pursue something.
And the Petito family came out and said, yeah, they lost somebody too. This is a tragedy, but why did they let us suffer this long?
Correct.
Yeah. That's all it is.
Yeah.
They could have just come out and said it. There would have been no ill will against the family.
Mm-hmm.
Just because their son was...
Yeah, their son died too.
Yeah.
Did they put him down?
Did he bite someone?
Mm.
Maybe that they're going to find that out.
Yeah.
On a happier note, my 7-year-old has now found his own version of The Office that he has watched repeatedly. It's 2 seasons. Jeff, I think you might actually watch it. It's a cartoon animated show. Disney Plus came out in 2014 and 2015. Gravity Falls. It is phenomenal. Basically, these 2 kids, they go to their uncle's, home in Oregon for the summer just to hang out with him and that. And he owns the Mystery Shack. And it's basically... comes to find out, over these 2 seasons, that there's these 3 books that they found, and they each have, weird things that have happened in that area, like gnomes, werewolves, I don't know, there's other things, too. I think the one was, a llama with a human face. There's, these weird things, and it is phenomenal. They built up this world with the townsfolk, everything. It's... he's 7, and my wife is like, do you think it's a little over? I was like, I don't think he gets what,
everything is.
Everything is. But it is phenomenal. And if you go online, it has a cult following, and it was a very popular show. And the creator, he ended it after 2 seasons. He's like, I told my story. I didn't need to do it anymore. I think you would like it, Jeff.
I'm aware of it.
Are you aware?
Yeah.
And
I'm trying to figure out what it has to do with The Office, but
no, that's just his version of The Office. I watch The Office all the time. It's like my comfort food. This is now his comfort thing.
Oh, okay. I was trying to figure out what The Office and Gravity Falls.
That was his version of The Office. That he's watched it. I think now it's his 3rd time going through it, and
it's his Mork and Mindy.
Oh, okay.
Good job, Jim. Good job. Thanks. Yeah. But yeah, I would highly recommend Gravity Falls to anybody. It's phenomenal. It's hilarious. Seuss is the best in it. But I would definitely advise you guys to watch it. So really well done. So has a little D&D type to it with the characters, some of the creatures.
TNT.
Not TNT, not AC/DC. They do make an appearance.
D&D.
There you go.
That's probably why Blake's not here is because he hosted a D&D game this weekend and he's all tuckered out.
Aw, first one in a month.
A little over a month.
Yeah.
He's tired.
January was a rough month for us getting together for that.
Gotcha. Jim, did you watch anything recently?
No.
Okay. We did watch Wish as a family, the cartoon, the animated film from Disney.
What do you think of that?
It's fine. It wasn't great, but it wasn't bad.
What did you think of the artistic style?
I was fine with it. I didn't think
You didn't pay attention to it, really?
it didn't really affect me much. Yeah. Is there people complaining about it?
No, I mean, it just, to me, people are talking about it, but it looked different enough to me that I'm like, yes, do something different.
Yeah.
And that's what I liked, but...
And maybe we have to go back and watch it again. We actually bought it because it was cheaper than going to the movies. As a family of 5, so my daughter liked it. I don't think it's one of those that like, oh my gosh, we have to go out and watch it again and again.
Good thing you bought it.
But shut it. Still cheaper though than going to the movies with all 5 of us.
Oh yeah, or you can just rent it.
It wasn't available for rent.
Only buy?
Yeah.
It was much better than Cats.
I'm going to see it again and again.
Was it the butthole version or non-butthole version?
Of Cats or Wish? I don't
Cats.
think okay.
Or Wish, either one.
I don't think Wish has a version of that.
I hope
There were no buttholes in Wish?
No.
Did they wish for buttholes?
Disney has a lot of buttholes in their films, but not this one. The computer that wore sneakers, lots of butthole. Lots of butthole. Brian, would you like to do some listener feedback down there?
I would love to, Jason. Thank you for asking me and providing me an opportunity to do so.
Brian, you're always a pleasure.
You guys know what that means?
That's a pretty good paper crumple right
That's
there.
actually probably one of the better ones I've ever done.
That's true.
And now I can't read my outline. It's so crumpled. Listener feedback sponsored by Hello Jeff. Promo code HOBI.
Pod.
Yes.
We changed it. It's just HOBI.
Just HOBI now.
Yeah, 2024 we changed it to HOBI.
Gotcha.
If you use HOBI Pod, you get charged an extra 20%.
Yes, we add 20%.
It was a rough year.
Yeah.
The grapes kept turning into raisins.
We meant to send raisins. I don't know what you're complaining about.
Does anybody make pickled versions of cucumbers these days?
Oh my God.
Please explain this.
There was a video online that the dad bod veteran watches clips online and just makes fun of these people. And there's a woman who's eating baby cucumbers, and she goes, "I don't know why they don't make pickled version of cucumbers."
Yeah. They pickle every other vegetable, but they don't make pickled cucumbers.
And then the dad bod veteran is just staring into the camera, just shaking his head. He just had no words for that one.
If only. She should talk to Corey.
Corey does make some great pickles.
No, I'm thinking she wasn't serious, right? She couldn't
have been.
I mean, she's just saying that just to get a rise or something.
I think you overestimate the smartness of this world.
Well, that's the problem. Is these days you never know.
No, you don't.
Yeah, you have to assume that it's for content.
Yeah.
Anymore.
You hope.
It's like I hope this is satire.
Right.
Maybe?
What's in the box this week, Jeff?
What's in the box?
We got to ginger this week. Ginger ale, ginger snaps, gingerbread, a lot of ginger, just pure ginger that you can
root. Oh, ginger root.
Yeah,
that's expensive.
Well, you can get a discount if you put in code HOBI.
HOBI Pod.
No, I'm talking for you. Did you just do bulk? You bought in bulk?
That's how these things work, Jason.
Oh, okay.
Oh, and there's a DVD of Ginger Spice.
Tell me what you want, what you really, really want.
Nice.
I really, really, really want a zigga.
Ginger.
No. All right, we start off same as always. That one guy.
Can't give yourself a nickname.
7.
Ape Hands,
Beaver Hands.
Chili Billy,
Sunny D.
the mailman,
Postman.
delivery man.
Doug.
Dad,
Screwdriver.
Doug.
Oh, okay.
Doug says, what are your thoughts on Taylor Swift being able to make it to the Super Bowl in time after her concert? It has captured the attention of America.
Good for her.
Didn't think it was a big deal.
Oh, it is.
Her concert is in Australia. Japan.
She's in Japan the day
night-
before.
Day before.
But with the time difference, it's like almost a day and a half.
Yeah.
So by the time she's got like 20 some hours after her concert's over before the Super Bowl. So there's plenty of time to fly across the
I
Pacific.
think they say it's a 12-hour flight with everything.
So she'll theoretically have 8 hours to spare.
I'm sure she's flying commercial too, right?
Yeah, yes. I'm sure she's
Do
flying
you think
commercial.
she can afford a private jet?
I'm not sure.
Or 1,000?
and then the
$1,000
jet,
or 1,000 private
1,000
jets?
private jets.
Yeah, probably.
and then she has to go to Australia after. But I think that's
After, yeah.
That's not for another 6 days or something after the Super Bowl.
I don't think she can make it in that time.
My daughter came home tonight and she's like, she's a Taylor Swift fan. She's 9.
I'm sorry.
And she's like, I don't care. Good for her. And so she's like, Dad, I found a new shirt I want, and I guess they're selling I'm rooting for Taylor's boyfriend shirt that I guess they're selling online for the Super Bowl.
I'm surprised everybody hasn't thrown him under the bus because he wasn't there at the Grammys to support her.
I don't think he was allowed out, was he? Because they're on lockdown, some of them.
Durr.
Well, I mean, he does have a lot to prepare for this coming week.
Do you think?
They did the Grammys the Super Bowl week. I'm sure.
No, the Pro Bowl week.
Oh, okay.
If he was a real man, he would have been there to stand up and defend his woman.
Yeah!
To Jay-Z.
Like Jay-Z.
Oh, my God. Shut the fuck up, Jay-Z. Jeez, oh, Pete.
Are they trying to make a Taylor Swift Beyonce feud like the thing now?
Do we have to say that Beyonce deserves the Grammy every year after she doesn't get it?
No, because she doesn't deserve it.
She doesn't deserve it, but the 37 writers for her songs do.
She's won the most Grammys and never won Album of the Year. Make it make sense.
Who the fuck cares? It's a
Because
Grammy.
your albums aren't that great. You'll do individual songs or performances, but overall the albums are pale in comparison.
It's a fucking Grammy. We
to
have a
Beck.
Grammy. Who cares? Hillary Clinton has a Grammy. I mean, they're not really that tough to get.
Well, our
Homer
Grammy-
Simpson tips Grammy.
Yeah,
Correct.
Well, our Grammy we did steal from the B Sharps.
We have a name of a band that gets less funny every time you say. How about the B Sharps?
Baby
Yeah,
on board.
There you go, Doug. I hope that answered your question.
Hopefully that. I mean, thank you for bringing this to the attention of HOBI.
Yes.
Since
Because Taylor Swift is not in the public eye enough.
no, not enough.
I don't dislike her.
I don't either.
I dislike the people that keep shoving her down my throat.
Correct.
Like if she wants to have like her fans love her and she puts on a great show for them, I'm more than happy for them.
Correct.
I mean, that's pretty impressive. A 3.5 hour long concert.
I will admit I don't understand spending hours to stand in line to be able to buy a T-shirt 2 days before the concert.
That's just stupid.
But it has Cincinnati on it.
That's just stupid.
Yeah, I'll never understand that either.
But then again, I'm not going to fault Taylor Swift for exploiting the people and getting their money for it.
No.
Go Taylor.
Next, we have from Ripley50 at I Was Ripley. What is your favorite Super Bowl commercial that you can remember?
I think I'm going to go with the one that Doug just shared with us on Twitter this week.
The Paramount?
The Paramount one.
There's a new Paramount Plus one with Patrick Stewart.
Patrick Stewart.
Tua. Arnold. From Hey Arnold.
Drew Barrymore.
Yes. Creed.
Creed. Who else is standing around? Peppa Pig.
If you haven't seen it, go to our Twitter page. We put it on there. It is phenomenal. Basically, Tua won't throw a football-shaped kid up the mountain to escape. So Patrick Stewart tries to do it with Arnold's Hey Arnold, because his face is, or his head's like a football, and he does not make it. I just like that.
I threw him higher.
And then who was? Oh, was it Keenan?
Oh, when you said Creed, I thought you meant Creed Bratton.
No. That would have been good too.
I don't think The Office is on Paramount.
He threw him higher. I'm gonna make it.
He threw.
Is it the whole band or just Scott Stapp?
It's two people.
Staff and one other person. Stapp, whatever.
And Tremonti?
Sure. But yeah, that is a good one. One of the ones that came up that I thought of immediately when I saw this question was the cat herding one. Remember back in the late 90s, early 2000s?
I remember the cat herding one.
Yeah, it was about for some computer site, website or something like that.
Yeah.
And I don't even know what it was for, but there was a guy trying to rustle cats up like in the old
It was
days.
talking about these. It's as easy as herding cats. So let us do it for you.
It was
type
probably
thing.
GoDaddy.
Might have been.
It might have been.
But that was one of my favorites. The Cowboys trying to herd the cats.
Puppy Monkey Baby.
Puppy, that was creepy.
So creepy.
Is that the Mountain Dew?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was creepy. That was creepy.
Doobie-doobie-doo.
Was Beware the Penguin a Super Bowl commercial?
They had one of them.
Bud Bowl was also one of my favorites. Growing up as a kid.
The Budweiser Frogs originally a Super Bowl commercial?
Yes, they were.
Those were good. They just got bad quickly.
Yeah.
But the first couple.
So was the wassa.
That was
that wasn't good to begin with.
It really jumped the shark when the Dudley Boys were doing it in wrestling. That was
I thought they did it first.
I don't know. Brian, any down there?
I'll just say a Doritos commercial.
Yeah, I was going to say Doritos made some good ones.
Like the
I like when
2
they
or 3 years ago
did the contests and let fans submit.
Yeah, that's good. What was the one where it was, like just recently, like with the thing in the yard where it's like him and the dog? I don't remember that. Obviously, it was that great. I remembered the specifics of it. But Doritos always typically has some good ones.
Mm-hmm. Budweiser has been faltering lately, though.
Clydesdale's ones are always good.
They're classic.
Classic, and
Did they have a Clydesdale kicking a ball one time? With
They did.
Yeah.
Oh, the zebra was the ref, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, it was. Yeah, he kicked it over like the poles, the telephone poles.
That's right.
And whatnot.
That's right. What else we got?
From BlakeBot at BlakeBot19 is next year. Okay, I'm reading this how it was typed.
Uh-oh.
Is next year that the Browns actually win a Super Bowl?
7.
Z. Guess Brown, Jeff.
2?
Okay.
No.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah.
We do have a correction from that guy, Doug.
Mm-hmm. Screwdriver.
I apologize. I was wrong on this one.
Doug says Kurt Rambis, the former NBA player, still alive.
We thought he was...
I don't remember you saying
This is
he
how
was
bad
dead.
it was, Jim, because I'm usually the idiot that messes up. And I apologized on Twitter. I was like, I think that was me. And then you're like, nope, that was me. I was like, oh, for once I didn't say it.
That was definitely me, and I was thinking he was somebody. I think it was somebody else, but it was.
He was a head coach for a while, right? With the Lakers?
Kurt Rambis?
Yeah.
He was a bench coach, I thought.
Okay.
Did he coach women's basketball somewhere?
Maybe.
Could have. Doug, let us know.
Yeah, please do.
Yes, Doug. Thank
Since you are the Kurt Rambis expert for this podcast.
That's right.
They just got a new nickname.
Next up, we have... But he can't give him...
Nope. I just gave it to him.
Next
He wanted
up,
to be called the Hammer.
Nope, he's Kurt Rambis expert.
next up, we have from Jason, Agent Plamer.
Types these.
Fax machine!
Let's see here.
We really need to fire a fax machine.
From Jason,
Agent Plamer.
Agent Plamer Sturchik at Agent Palmer. They would like to know, how far ahead do you plan things? Podcast or otherwise?
Couple minutes.
So usually, Plamer, we get an outline in our email box, inbox from Jason.
Well, he has the intern fax machine.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, I mean, it comes from Jason's email address.
Usually Monday mornings is when he sends that out.
So,
Well, the fax machine came too because nobody has faxes. So it comes to me.
So
I have a fax.
From
Fax machines can email too.
Oh, this one can't.
I'd say maybe from like
Stupid
Thursday to Sunday. That is getting worked on behind the scenes. None of us know about it.
If you guys would like to take over for Agent Fax Machine, please go ahead.
Now he's Agent Fax Machine. He got a promotion.
Every week, this guy screws up. Oh, yeah, he's doing great. He's fucking Matt Mustard of interns. Jesus Christ.
He just got an award, too. Don't worry about it.
Jesus.
Good job, Agent Fax Machine.
Otherwise, I mean, it just really depends on what it is that I'm looking to do with my days. Work kind of fills in, and I just, see where I'm at after that.
Well, we do have an extensive list of bad ideas that we wrote 10 years ago.
Yes.
That we're still going through.
Yes.
Yes.
Number one will be...
We abridge it all the time, too.
Yes.
Yes.
They just push the other ones down.
Yes. It is a never-ending work in progress.
There's been seven bad ideas. Number 7 bad ideas.
It's a tapestry, if you will.
And I will.
I do like that. What else we got?
So there you go. Jason Plamer Sturshik. Hopefully that helps describe how we plan things.
What about otherwise?
I said otherwise, like if on a day-to-day, like I just kind of...
Well, it's a podcast or otherwise. Do you plan other things in your life better or worse than we plan
My
the
wife
podcast?
does. My wife does.
I'm not a planner.
We make our sister do that.
Yeah, I mean... I don't...
Oh, go ahead, Brian.
We don't really plan a lot out. Like, we, just... Yeah. No.
Like when you go on vacation, do you say, "Oh, we're going on vacation and we're going to go here this day and do this day and do that day," or do you play it by ear?
So this past October when we went to New England, we did plan that out kind of day by day, only because like we were going to 4 places, so like we kind of had the beginning part of it planned out, like Boston, Salem, Portland, and then Bar Harbor. Once we got there, it was just like, we're here to see it, what and do. Like, we didn't have anything planned in Bar Harbor.
Gotcha.
So we did plan a certain amount of it.
We plan game nights really far in advance.
And then change them as soon as...
It's not even that. It's usually like 3 hours before. Hey, you guys want to do game night?
Sure.
Hey, thanks for never inviting me to one of those.
You're always invited.
Yeah, you kind of have to extend the offer when we decide to do one, though.
Oh, I gotta send it out to him.
Just saying you're always invited, I mean, but it doesn't matter if you don't know when it is.
You never open the door when we show up.
I would, but the dogs would bark at him.
On
My dogs love you now.
Well, Cora does.
Yeah.
But you would, if it's on a podcast night or a planned game night, you say we're welcome anytime, but you never open the door.
My wife would. My wife's very friendly.
But then you'd be yelling, "Don't let him in!"
I'll be honest. Actually, I would just be sitting on the couch watching TV and be like, "Whatever you guys want, I don't care. I'm not entertaining." I don't care. Just go ahead.
How would that be any different than any other day?
Pretty much.
Or any other Tuesday? Yeah. You're not entertaining.
There was one time when a bunch of us showed up to your house, and you wouldn't let us in, and you made us sit in the backyard. So then we went and we grabbed a bunch of food and grilled out on your grill.
To be fair, I was like 21. May or may not have had a girl inside. Anyways, moving on.
I don't know when the gimp climbed up on the roof and was looking through the
Moving on. Moving on. What
So
else
there
got?
you go, Agent Palmer.
Hope that answered your question. What about that, Professor Number 1?
Wrapping this up, Professor Number 1 at Dr. Number 1. Out shopping this week and came across a secondhand adult merchandise store. What other stores would be a bad idea for secondhand items?
I think we have something new to add to the bad idea of the week.
secondhand groceries.
Secondhand prophylactics.
Well, I think that's what you would get at this
Not
adult,
necessarily.
the adult merchandise store.
Because either these groceries are
I'm
stuff
assuming
that,
that's what they meant was like
Okay.
sex toys and stuff.
I don't know.
I mean, it could be clothing for adults. I don't know, but I assumed saying an adult merchandise.
Okay. Secondhand handkerchiefs.
They can be washed.
Oh, no. Well, so can sex toys.
yeah, they're machine washable.
Dishwasher safe.
Now, if it said secondhand Kleenex, those can't be washed.
No.
Secondhand toilet paper?
Well, it depends. You just take the one ply out.
I got a question.
Oh, God.
Soap.
Uh-huh.
It's soap,
Uh-huh.
so it can't be dirty.
Yeah.
But then you think about where other people might have put that bar of soap.
Yeah. Yeah. But you rinse it off.
So that's enough? Because it's soap?
Well, I'm not doing it, but yeah, you can probably sell it. What other secondhand stuff?
I did the grocery because you're either getting food that people like let expire and just gave to you, or sold
Or
back,
vomited.
or baby birded.
Dollar General's made $1 billion industry out of it, so it's okay.
I don't know.
Secondhand depends.
Oh, God. Secondhand diapers.
Diapers.
But they do make cloth diaper services where you...
No.
Oh, God, no.
No, I can't.
Secondhand Mad Libs. It just ruined it.
Oh, yeah, there you go. Oh, everything's been filled out already.
Aw.
Yeah, I guess secondhand crossword puzzle books would not be good.
Well, any of those.
Second-hand chewing tobacco.
Oh, I was about to say secondhand smoke.
Yeah, that's not great either.
That hasn't been proven.
It's a terrible store.
Hey, here's my Mountain Dew bottle full of dip spit.
Damn it, Lou.
Oh, God. That's disgusting. Secondhand mortuary?
Secondhand coffins.
No, there you go. Just put another one in.
Oh, secondhand coffins. That's a bad one. Secondhand massages? You get the massage from somebody who
Just got the massage.
Are you a professional massage?
No, but I'm getting one.
I just got one.
It's free, but I have to give the next person one.
Those are huge in Cleveland, I hear right now.
I mean, the first person had to pay for it from the professional, and then he had to get what he learned when he got it and give it to the next person. And like, if you're like the 18th or 19th person, how watered down is that massage?
That's the worst game of telephone ever.
Secondhand colonoscopies?
I don't think you can do it secondhand.
I think you could.
No, you couldn't.
You couldn't?
And that's only speaking from Dr. Dana's experience as a person who does that.
Secondhand latex gloves?
Nah.
Probably don't want that.
I am
That's
trademarking that secondhand massage idea.
I think you could trademark it.
Do you think we can turn that into a television show somehow?
Yeah.
Secondhand massage.
Since Army Hammer got
It's a game
canceled.
show.
Hosted by
Army
Kevin
Hammer.
Spacey.
No, we're not. Oh.
Deshaun Watson.
No, you know what?
He's the first guest.
No, I don't.
And
no.
the last guest.
I saw he was on a podcast stumping to try to get T. Higgins signed in Cleveland. Fuck him.
That's because he was his college buddy.
I know. I don't like him.
Everybody in the league has come out and said they want T. Higgins on their team.
It's weird.
Duh. I mean, you would want him on your team, whether you're going to pay him what he...
Guess what? He's getting franchise tagged.
I did want to tell you guys that running through Sprinkler is getting some lower ratings in the second hour. So they now are they've cut it down to 1 hour on Friday night, CBS has.
They save water.
Yeah.
Did they add a slip and slide?
No, they didn't. But that's from 8 to 9. It's running through the Sprinkler. 9 to 10, looking at a microwave. So just letting you guys know. And then bird bath. So Yeah,
Well, hell, you might as well just have watching a pot boil or something.
that's the mid-season replacement.
Right
so
after
there
paint
you,
drying.
there you go, Professor Number One. Hopefully those stores don't pop up for you to buy those things from.
Before we get to news of the geek here, Brian, do you have these down?
I do have a couple of these
Okay.
before your children eat the rest of them.
We have Oreo Space Dunk, 5 galactic designs, and cosmic cream with popping candy.
There's the pop.
Who got these?
Miss Marbles.
Oh, Miss Marbles, limited edition.
Don't know if this is a 2024 floppy bribe or a thank you for the
Canadian of the Year.
Canadian of the Year
Speaking
honor.
of Canadian of the Year, we would like to wish a happy birthday to Scab Randall. She just had she is a tri-Canadian of the Year. She just had a birthday. Happy birthday.
Well, happy birthday, Scab Randall.
What do you have? I have an astronaut helmet.
I had a star.
I had a helmet also.
I like the helmet. I like that
And
one.
then I have a rocket ship.
Ooh.
And, an alien, it looks like. Or a robot of some sort.
Didn't they have popping candy in one of the other Oreos that we tried?
They did, yes.
I'm not really getting it's so the cream is pink and blue.
It's not flavored though.
Yeah,
It's
that's
just
the issue.
Colored.
I had my very first bite. There was some sort of fruity flavor in that, but now I'm not getting it. So maybe,
I'm getting pure cream, like regular Oreo, with a little popping.
Yeah. Not bad at all.
It's an Oreo.
Yeah.
It's kind of disappointing though. Like in terms
You're
of
kind of disappointing.
you know.
I saw a little video online. It was but Brendan Lee Mulligan, and he was talking about he is the I guess he's one of the writers of College Humor, and he was talking about he's playing the role of the Oreo CEO,
I saw this.
and he's like, okay, guys, we made like the best cookie in the world, so you have the weekend off. No, we got all these new flavors. Why? No, we need more flavors. No, really, you guys, we don't need to do anything else. We have Oreos. We already did it. Go home. No, we got more flavors.
Saw that.
That's pretty good.
So, the other night, I'm not kidding. I had a dream when I was, and it was we were downtown. I was downtown. I went to a little shop, and they had all Oreos from all over the world. Jim, you were in my dream.
Yes, I was.
You were clothed.
Yes, I was.
I'm not kidding you. And we were looking for the podcast for Oreos, and we got black cherry Oreos. I know.
I would try those.
And you ever have one of those dreams that you wake up and you're like, I think that was a dream, but let me check, see if there's actually black cherry Oreos. And I looked, and there is not. I woke up, and I'm like, I know that was a dream. Hold on. Is there black cherry Oreos? Because I think I need to find these now. But yeah, it was literally this whole shop of just like Oreo-inspired food. We had Big League Chew Oreo. Like, that was the gum. It was Oreo-flavored Big League Chew. It was a weird dream. And I woke up, and I'm like, we might eat too many Oreos on this podcast.
I'm glad I could join you on that, Jason.
Anybody
It was
else
funny that you
ever
were
have the dream that you're driving a car that you've never had before, and you park it, and then when you wake up, you're like, "What did I ever do with that car?" And you're trying to remember.
I've not.
I've had that dream where it's like, did I just leave that car on the side of the road? And then it's like, did I ever own that car?
Did you call the police afterwards? I think I left a car. I have not had that one.
I had the dream where, like, when I was in college, I, bought an off-campus house, and I don't remember ever selling the house. Do I still own that house?
Yeah, I've had some. I did. It wasn't car, but more like the house or something like. What did I ever do with that? I have the one where I dream about going back to like an old job that I had.
Oh, I get those all the time.
And it's like I do nothing, but I still get paid. And I literally show up and they're like, "Hey, okay," like it was like the retail at the store. And they're like, "Hey, here's your department," and I am doing nothing with that department. at all. I'm just like going around, just doing other things, and like, man, maybe I should make the schedule for these guys, or maybe I should do. But it's like, I'm the worst employee ever here.
I get dreams every once in a while of the retail store that we worked at, Jim and Jeff. And that I would be late or I forget a shift because I would be working at another job, and I always wake up like, oh my God, like, did I miss a shift? Like, wait a minute.
Yeah, that's kind of the same. Yeah, where it's like, I think I had a dream where I had 2 different jobs.
Yes.
And then I wake up and I'm like, oh my God, I haven't been to either of those jobs in a year.
And then I worry like, and then I'm going to get fired.
I didn't work there.
I'm going to get fired. I missed a shift.
And then people have similar dreams over and over. I'm like, why do they keep rehiring me?
Could you tell me what your employment
I mean, I know I'm a good employee when I'm there, but I mean, I tend not to show up after a while.
I always get that. Yeah, it like just freaks me out. Like, oh my God, like, why am I not here? Hello.
Well, it's not a dream, but we keep on scheduling Brian for shifts at the bar, and he just never shows up.
Brian, that's very lazy of you.
I know.
We forget to tell him, just like Jason does about game night.
Yes. Yes.
So we don't hold it over his head.
I just can't wait till I show back up and ask for like my share of the tips from all those shifts.
It's a good call.
You guys owe me like $25,000.
It's in the back, Brian. We have it.
To get it, you have to have an employee review in the basement again.
Not again.
Jeff, do you have some news of the geeky music for me over here?
I do. It's time for another installment of the News of the Geek.
Well, we'll skip this one until next week. Thanks, Blake.
This is a Blake one?
Yeah. Per the Hollywood Reporter.com, a brand new Jurassic World movie from Universal is being released in 2025.
Can we miss this one till Blake comes back too?
According to THR's report, David Kopp is presently penning the screenplay for the newest entry. My God, is somebody paying you? What are you doing over there? This should excite fans of the original film, as Kopp wrote the original scripts for Jurassic Park and Jurassic Park: The Lost World. It's also being reported that David Leitch, Deadpool 2 and Bullet Train director, is in talks to direct, according to Deadline. It's also confirming that the film is aiming to hit theaters next July, but the issue is that the script is reportedly unfinished. So many are doubtful the newest Jurassic World movie will arrive in theaters by then. It's also reaffirmed by Deadline that the new film will feature a brand new cast, as neither Chris Pratt, Bryce Dallas Howard, or any of the original of Jurassic Park will return. But here's the thing.
I was hoping they'd bring back Wayne Knight.
That'd be nice.
With Leitch in the director's seat, Deadline reports he'll deliver something, quote, unlike anything the franchise has experienced with previous directors, and will certainly give the series a fresh new look executives have wanted since the development of this film.
Where are you getting that second syllable in that name?
I don't know. Franchise veterans Steven Spielberg, Frank Marshall, and Patrick Crowley are all attached as executive producers.
Mr. Crowley.
Finally, the project is not being described as a reboot, which raises some interesting questions, as Jurassic World Dominion ended with dinosaurs and humanity seemingly being forced to adapt to living side by side. So, what are we doing?
Spoilers. I didn't see it yet.
Oh, that's fine. I love Jurassic World. I love the whole franchise. I love all 6 movies, even though some of them are really bad. But I don't know where you go with this from here.
Well, I liked 1.5 movies.
There you go.
What you do is you have a big asteroid strike,
Uh-huh.
and then all the dinosaurs die out.
Humans die out.
No, they live.
Oh.
No, asteroids kill dinosaurs. Where have you been?
And humans are they're kind of like cockroaches.
Oh, that's true.
They'll just survive.
Courtney Love will be there.
And Keith Richards.
Ooh, good call. Good call.
Wow. We have to wait for those 2 to repopulate the Earth.
I'm just like, I don't know what else you're going to do with this. I don't understand.
I bet you it'll be about dinosaurs.
Well, the rumor, the
It
script.
would be great if they did one without dinosaurs.
Would be
a
kind of
Jurassic
weird.
Park movie without dinosaurs.
When they made Jurassic World, before that, they had a script going around that you can read online, where they actually were trying to make it that the dinosaurs became like humanish forms.
Sentient?
Yeah, and that they were being recruited by the government for like missions, like CIA missions, and they literally have.
Oh God, that would be horrible.
It was bad. The script is horrible. And they've never released the full script, just parts of it. But they've released the dinosaur designs, and they're like having pants on, have the Triceratops with the gun, and I'm like, what are we doing here?
I'm about to say, I thought that was what Jurassic World was, where they were trying to turn the velociraptors into
not with pants though.
agents weapons, but
yeah, this is much worse.
I want to go back to something that Jeff said about repopulating the world with Keith Richards and Gordon Love. Imagine the inbreeding problems with that
one. Would you notice?
I mean, what could go wrong?
I don't know.
What's that documentary that came out a while back about West Virginia?
The Wild
Whites?
The Wild Whites of West Virginia.
Wild Whites of West Virginia?
Jesus Camp? Oh, sorry.
I think it would be somewhere along those lines.
The Gimp was rather disappointed that movie had nothing to do with whitewater rafting.
Or Jim Justice.
Jim Justice! Who's supporting Jim Justice?
Kane.
That's right, Kane the wrestler.
Or is it Glenn Jacobs?
It's Glenn Jacobs.
Through fire and brimstone, Jim Justice will be there for you.
He is going to chokeslam his opponents.
It can't be worse than Vince McMahon.
Good campaign slogan.
I'm not as bad as Vince McMahon.
Look at this guy. I'm better than him. I'm going to give him a chair shot.
I'm nowhere near as big of a scumbag as Vince McMahon.
I'm not the worst.
Oh, jeez.
Per the comicbookmovie.com, though the current fourth season of HBO's... Oh, this was another...
This was a Blake one, yeah.
Damn it. Never mind. Forget it. We're done.
Yeah.
That was the news of the geek.
Is there anything else that we have?
No, we're
No
good.
quickies or anything?
Quickies.
Wasn't there an article that Blake or that your brother sent us today?
Oh, yeah. It wasn't my brother. Here, where you go? Let me get this here. This is good for your show. It's from Biggest Dickness at the Pop Culture Cafe. Here's a nice little story for the show. This is per Morbid Knowledge on Twitter. In 2014, 24-year-old Daniela Laveransky from Edinburgh had been having frequent nosebleeds for weeks. She thought the nosebleeds were from a burst blood vessel caused by a motorcycle she had been involved in.
A motorcycle?
She was
Involved in a motorcycle.
She was involved in a motorcycle.
Sorry, I didn't have a chance to edit that story, guys. Sorry.
But a couple of days later, while taking a shower, she began to feel something inside her nose move. As she got out of the shower to look in the mirror, she could see something sticking out of her nostril. After seeing this, she rushed to the hospital where doctors informed her that a 3-inch leech has been living inside her nostril, which they promptly removed. How do you not know a leech is in there?
Because you thought you just had an auto accident, so...
She believes she picked up the leech in Vietnam or Cambodia, but even when she felt it moving up and down her nostrils, she thought it was a blood clot. Oh. She said to BBC...
No.
If you think you have a blood clot in your nose, like in your face,
Yeah.
You should probably go to the
a
hospital.
doctor.
Yeah, go get that looked at. Go get that checked out.
Any blood clot.
Yeah.
You think you might.
Yeah.
She told BBC Radio Scotland, quote, "Your initial reaction isn't to start thinking, oh, God, there's obviously a leech in my face." She said, obviously, my nasal passages would open up because of the steam and the heat in the water and would come out quite far, about as far as my lip. So I could kind of see it out of the corner of my eye, but still didn't think it was a worm because it just looked like a blood clot.
Okay, now I'm very... She saw it several times
Was she,
before this.
Did she have to, like...
I don't know.
Does she have some type of mental illness or mental disease?
Or disability?
Yes.
Pauline6668 responded to this story. So I could kind of see it out of the corner of my eye, but still didn't think it was a worm because it looked like a blood clot. How many of you have blood clots sticking out of your noses? Did she just sniff it back up and think nothing of it?
Yeah, I mean, if she would have said, oh, I saw it come out of my nose, but I just thought it was snot. Maybe.
Oh God.
I don't think we should have read the story now.
Yeah, this is really.
No.
I have a lot more questions.
I'm done with my questions on that.
But let's make something nice here. Let's open up the other Oreo down there. What do we got?
I got another story that we could read.
What's that? Go ahead.
The National Hockey League says it has received interest from Cincinnati as a site for an expansion team.
Yeah.
Gary Bettman made the remarks Friday during a press conference for the All-Star game in Toronto. We've talked to people in Houston, Atlanta, Cincinnati. There seems to be increased interest in having an NHL team places where there aren't. Bettman says discussions with Cincinnati have been very preliminary. He said Utah has been the most aggressive in seeking a team.
Be aggressive.
While
Be
Omaha
aggressive.
has also expressed interest.
This is pretty much of a non-story to me.
Yeah.
Because pretty much what it is people who want to redo the arena downtown or build a new one. Mm-hmm. They're like, well, if you're going to do that, we need a tenant. And it's like, oh, let's contact the NHL. And that's pretty much where it's at.
Kansas City built a arena for the NHL expansion team years ago. Never got one. Never got one. But they got an arena. They got
Nice.
I am all for anything that gets the Heritage Bank Arena blown up.
That is a hole in the wall of downtown.
It serves one purpose, and that's for Cincinnati Cyclones games because there aren't more than 5,000 to 7,000 people in there, and you can sort of move around.
The dive bar
Like
of
when
arenas.
when you have a concert in that place, clusterfuck.
Yes.
Of epic proportions.
Yes.
I was reading some of the comments on one of the things about Cincinnati possibly getting, and everyone was going off about, oh yeah, the way this town supports the Cyclones are AHL or
Yeah.
ECHL team. It's like, oh, the city really support, and it's like, it's like
They got
like you said,
875 people there last night on a Tuesday.
They might get 5,000 people out, and that's because it's dollar beer nights.
Yeah, I mean,
And hot dogs.
typically, like,
$2.22s.
Ooh.
yeah, I mean, they're like,
It's any minor league sport. The only way you get fans there is to offer
Oh, it is.
incentives.
But I mean, to say, oh, we just packed the stadium for the minor leagues like we did for the FCC soccer team.
No,
and it's
they
like,
don't.
No, not even close.
Well, the other issue is, too, that once Cincinnati fans realize that the cheap seats are $110 for 41 games of the year, it's not like you're paying $110 for 8 football games. You're paying $110 for 41 fucking NHL games, and that's a lot of money.
who pays $110 for 8 football games?
Per game.
per game?
And it's 10.
It's 10 now.
Because you have to buy the preseason tickets.
Oh, yeah.
You,
did
yeah,
my
you-
bad.
you
But you
can't-
get what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah.
it's a lot of games.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
For the cheap seats.
Yeah, but
And they're not $110 for the cheap seats. If you go up to Columbus,
Yeah, you can get them at the
Pittsburgh is
$35 to $40 mark in the up top 6 or something.
the price is $83 for the base price for like the corner top row.
Yeah.
But if you buy family packs, you get them for $32 a piece.
Okay.
And you get a hot dog and popcorn and a soda.
Does Columbus still have the last row tickets don't go on sale until like right before the game or something?
I don't remember that, but
I don't know.
but I was up there last week and we were in like 4th or 5th last row, and they were listed as like $83 tickets when we got them for $30. So
That's not bad.
I think it would be awesome if that happened.
I'm not against it. I'm just saying I don't think it's. I agree with Jim that I don't think it's going to ever happen.
I don't think it's a big enough draw.
No. Omaha it will be. Why? Because there's nothing else in Omaha in terms of professional team. Like
Soccer work is there was a ton of youth soccer in the city.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of people played. It was pretty popular. There is very little youth hockey in Cincinnati.
yeah, because you can't find the spaces.
There's
practice.
only like 4 arenas, like 4 places to get ice time.
Yeah.
So
Jeff? Or, I'm sorry, Brian, can you open up those other ones? Let's do a double one this week.
Oh,
Double
that one.
Oreos.
We got Oreos. These are the tastiest you can possibly have.
It's gluten-free?
Gluten-free golden Oreos.
Okay.
We
You
had
know-
the regular gluten free, and they were actually they were crispier. Mm-hmm. The cookie was crispier.
Yeah, I don't think we've ever really... I don't think the gluten-free ones are bad.
No, we didn't. We gave them better reviews than we thought we would.
Just pass them around, Jeff.
But Brian, I did bring our gluten shaker.
Oh, fantastic! Thank you. I was about to ask.
We can sprinkle gluten on them if we have to.
Yeah, I won't go anywhere without that.
Jeff, before we eat this, did you want to do the music for the box office?
Oh, I was looking at the cookie, but hold on.
Or not?
It's time for Box Office Bombs.
What's up, Marty?
It is crunchy.
Thank you, Marty. And we will box office bombs. Well, you guys eat your cookies. I'll read about our bombs here. Per 411mania.com. While the new spy comedy Argylle picked up the win at the box office this weekend, it did so with a disappointingly low gross. Apple Original Films action comedy opened at number one for the weekend with $18 million, below the mid $20 million range it was projected to do. Even if Argylle had opened at the projected range, it still would not have been a hit. The star-heavy spy flick was tracking low for its genre and budget, the latter which stands at a hefty $200 million.
I didn't think it would be that big.
Director Matthew Vaughn self-financed the film, which Apple then bought for the $200 million price tag. The marketing budget was reportedly $80 million, which Universal, who was distributing the film in the U.S., paid half of. It only made an additional $17.3 million worldwide.
I don't think it's going to make its money back.
No, not if that $200 million is what it has to go against.
Well, this is not a good time for movies to be released.
I thought the previews looked bad.
And if you're, like I said, you're releasing it at the end of January.
Because right now, people, what they're doing, they're going back and they're watching everything that's up for all the Oscars.
Oscars. Yeah, this is where wide releases of Oscar movies usually came in. A little bit before the things that were released at the end of January in small markets. Hold on a sec. I got to sneeze.
It's just about...
Bless you.
I thought the marketing was awful for
Sorry
Argylle.
about that.
I thought Argylle, the marketing was awful for it.
I really don't even see the marketing for it. I barely know what it's about.
It's Henry Cavill.
Yeah.
I saw like a commercial once.
I saw the previews in the theater.
She writes books, and she writes spy books.
Oh, yeah, that one. Okay.
Yeah. And it's actually true.
And we've read what was about last week.
Yeah, I just forgot already.
What else we got here, Jeff?
But Argylle, number one at the box office, $18 million on its opening weekend out of a $200 million budget. Coming in at number two, The Chasen, season 4.
Chosen.
Oh, that is an O. I'm sorry, there was a shadow.
Oh, Chosen.
The Chosen, season 4, episodes 1 through 3. I don't know what that is.
It's the Jesus series.
Oh, they're releasing them into movies, theaters.
They have since first season. We've talked about it every year they do this.
I must have forgot paying attention to that.
Not to be funny, but they actually do come around Easter every year. This year it's a little bit earlier.
Chosen, season 4, episodes 1 to 3. I mean, this isn't a movie. This is a television show.
It's a series, yeah, you can get online.
It made $6 million in its opening weekend on an unknown budget.
Basically,
number 2 at the box office.
Basically, they take that opening weekend, they make the next season. And this one they said will probably make about $12 million, so they'll make $6 million in profit. They use like $5 to $6 million to make the seasons. So there you go.
I honestly don't ever remember talking about this. I probably zoned out because
Yeah.
Jason was reading something. Number 3, The Beekeeper made $5.3 million, a total of $49.5 million on an unknown budget.
I'll punch the bee.
Oh, God. Walka made another $4.8 million, a total of $201 million on a $125 million budget.
That might be a hit.
It might be.
It's available. It's available to rent on streaming services.
It's made
now.
$76 million. Is that not enough?
You can't rent here anymore.
Yeah. Migration made $4.1 million, a total of $106 million on a $72 million budget.
That one just won't die. It was numbers 5 or 6 last week and keeps coming up. They actually thought they were going to lose money on it, and it just keeps making. It's just been steady.
No, because there's no other real kids movies out right now. So.
It's only lost 14% of its business from last week. So I'm undecided on these cookies. Like, I'm not sure if I like the crunchy cookie of it. The cream is fine, but I'm not sure if I'm a big fan of it. Still debating.
I actually kind of like the crunchy.
Do you? I'm undecided.
It's a golden Oreo. I mean,
Yeah.
it's fine.
I mean, I don't think it's bad. It's definitely not in the bottom 10 that we've had.
It makes me want to have one of the lemon thins, though.
Did we like those?
I loved them. I don't know what you thought of
I
them.
can't remember. What else we got?
Upcoming February 9th of 2024, Lisa Frankenstein.
A coming-of-age love story about a teenager and her crush, who happens to be a corpse. After a set of horrific circumstances bring him back to life, the two embark on a journey to find love, happiness, and a few missing body parts.
Okay. I have not seen any marketing for this.
Catherine Newton, Liza Sobrano, Jenna Davis, Trina Lafargue, Paula Andino, Joshua Montez. Yeah, it's...
Huh.
Yeah, I haven't seen anything about it. Never
Okay.
heard of it.
Yeah, good for that. Okay, it's time for the top 5. Jeff, you got the top 5 music going?
Of course not. Why would I do that?
I don't know. I just thought you would be prepared.
You know me better than that.
Prepared. For the death of the king. No king, no king.
Okay, King Charles just came out saying he had serious cancer, and you're making jokes about the death
I'm
of the
talking
king.
about the death of Mufasa. Let's see. Top 5 this week. Top 5 favorite current/modern game shows. This is kind of up for interpretation. It could be, last 10, 15, 20 years. I mean, who knows? But different versions. But it's the top 5, so, buyer beware. Jim, you go first.
I give this lots of thought because a lot of game shows that are out now are absolutely horrible. So number 5, I haven't watched it.
Wow.
But I want to steal Jason's number 1 and say The Traitors.
Actually, that's my number 5. Oh! The reason is it's only a season and a half into it. I'm still watching it. It's still a great show. Is it? I guess it is. And I went back and forth. I put it at number 5, 1, because there's not enough seasons of it. 2, it's a reality show, but it is a game show.
All those reality shows are game shows.
Okay, well, if that's the case, son of a bitch. Okay.
Oh, that's kind of how I took it.
Yeah, because you're competing in games to win.
Okay.
And
it's there's the reality shows it's the same group of people going for an entire season versus new people every show.
Yeah.
Is what we're used to. But
Okay.
I mean, I would count any of those cooking competitions like Chopped as a
game
show. Oh, I'm sorry, Jim.
Okay, I gotcha. Brian, number 5.
Number 5 for me would be Stars Earn Stripes.
I do not know that.
Dean Cain was on it.
Brian, if you're not going to take this seriously, just don't do it.
Are we not allowed to have our own top 5
No.
lists?
Everyone else is.
When
not
did
you.
that change? I thought it was because this is my list.
He's a big Dean Cain fan. Shut up, Jason.
I think Kevin Sorbo's on it. Number 5 for you, Jeff?
Number 5 for me, I'm going to go with this one. I talked about it the other week. That's what I watched a lot over this past week. 1 episode left of Netflix The Devil's Plan.
Okay.
It is a Korean game show where, they have, I think it started with 12 people or however many it was, and they're down to 2 on the next episode. But
Okay.
And I like it so much better than the crappy American ones where they just run around doing stupid stuff. They're giving these people intellectual puzzles to solve, and I like that so much better.
Number 5 for me was The Traitors. Number 4 for me is I don't know why. I think it's this semifinal round. Split Second. I really like it. And I think it's just like a comfort show. It's not a great game.
I know why you like it.
John Michael Higgins. John Michael Higgins.
It's an okay show. I don't dislike it. I'll enjoy watching it, and some of the other ones that I won't throw in case they're on somebody else's list. But they're just kind of just outside my...
I think it's just like a good... It goes back to The Office, Gravity Falls. Like, it's a good comfort show. Like, I'm like, okay... and I really like the semifinals when they're all trying to do it in a row. But anyways, number 4 for you?
Number 4 for me is the new Rob Lowe hosted The Floor.
We talked about that. I gotta watch that.
I am enjoying watching The Floor.
Okay.
I think that is just getting over nerves. Because,
a lot of it is, yeah.
Because the questions are easy.
It's just you're nervous.
So if you're sitting at home, you can be like, oh, that's easy. I answered them all real quick. Mm-hmm. But you don't have money on the line. You're not in front of these cameras. You aren't standing on stage. You don't have sexy Rob Lowe standing next to you.
He is sexy.
I'm not sure how much of it is you come out and say, this is my favorite category, or if they say,
gave you a list of
here's a list of categories, which one would you choose?
Yeah, they gave you a list of like 500 categories, and you could probably pick one of those.
Number 4 for you, Brian?
Number 4 for me would be The Choice.
Who is in that?
Dean Cain.
Ooh.
He's a big Dean Cain fan.
Is he a host or just a contestant?
Don't know.
Neither. He's the celebrity, whatever the celebrity people.
Just Google Dean Cain game show.
Okay. Number 4 for you?
My number 4 is going to be HOBI with cooking game shows.
Okay.
As is in Chopped, Hell's Kitchen, Guys Grocery Games, Beat Bobby Flay.
My daughter really is into cooking shows lately, and we really like the Guys Grocery Games. I like that one.
I just get tired when he keeps bringing his family member and his kids on.
Oh, yeah. my sister,
go ahead.
My sister and I talk about his son. We call we've nicknamed his son Coattails. Because that's the only way he's going to have a career in this, is riding Papa's coattails.
Is it Collinsworth's son, too?
Sure. I don't know.
He's pretty awful, too. Chris Collinsworth's son is pretty bad.
I just know Guy Fieri's son adds nothing to the show.
He comes on Guy's Grocery Game, and it would be like, here, Dad, here's an onion. Yeah. And we're like, what was that?
Oh, yeah, I got Hunter bringing out the... whatever the
casserole
is. Yeah.
It's like, thanks.
And I'm assuming you're counting all of it, because all the cooking shows, because Food Network does their, I guess every spring they have the Tournament of Champions.
Yes.
And then it's like, okay, Guy's hosting that, and it's big, the top chefs, the celebrity chefs or whatnot. And after every match, Hunter goes to interview the winner, and it's like, oh, God, no one wants to see this.
I'm hoping that Cincinnati's own Christian Gill gets more chances on these shows.
Yes.
He is a fantastic chef and a pretty decent dude.
That was your number 4?
That was my number 4.
What's your 3?
My number 3 is going to be, I HOBI'd this one. Mm-hmm. It's going to be Survivor and The Amazing Race.
That is my number 2, is Amazing Race.
The Amazing Race.
I love Amazing Race.
I enjoy The Amazing Race.
It's amazing.
It was better earlier.
Yeah, I don't disagree with you on that, but I've enjoyed it a lot. Number 3?
Number 3 for me is a game show that didn't actually make it to air. It was called Beat the Blondes. It was a...
Damn it, Dean, you couldn't get that one on?
It was an unsold pilot for CBS, hosted by Tom Arnold.
Should have asked him about this.
The game was based on preconceptions, prejudice, strategy, and statistics that blondes are dumb. The game show grand prize was $1 million.
I don't think they got the $1 million funding. for the prize. That's why it failed.
Tom Arnold as a host. Of course they didn't.
The contestant will demonstrate, strictly male contestant, will demonstrate his ability to fly through a series of questions. The 50 blonde women ready to flip the stereotype, according to which intelligence cannot get along with beauty. Man is the center of the study and women before him. 7 rows of 7 women on a scale placed at the top of which is the 50th. The game, the prize money, $1 million, divided into 2 heats.
Sounds awful.
I unfortunately will never know. It didn't make it to air, so sorry.
Well, Tom, I know you're listening to this. If you want to send us a copy of the pilot, we will love to watch it.
Is it better than Bamboozled?
Bam! Oh, thank you.
Number 2, 3.
Well, I liked Bamboozled till they changed the rules. I can't
You're on
remember.
Bamboozled.
Number 3.
Number 3, I've hobied this.
Okay.
I went for the game show networks versions of Masterminds and The Chase. Partly because I'm obviously a fan of trivia game shows, and partly because Brooke Burns is a great host, and more people should hire her for better hosting jobs.
Number 3 for me is a family favorite. Nailed It on Netflix. Love that show.
Nailed it.
I have a hard
And a
time
lot of
watching
it is tough too, because it's like, we want you to build this 9-tier cake. You have an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Like, whoa, hold on.
Like, I'm amused by the people trying to make them, but I think what I don't like about it is the talking and the stuff that the funny people are supposed to be
I don't have
doing.
a problem with that.
That annoyed me. I'm like, I want to just cut out the middle and just see the beginning and the end, because I don't want to hear these people, unfunny people talk.
That is a family favorite in our house.
I'd like the Saturday Night Live takes on that.
When they have the creature that talks. The cake that talks.
The last cake was always some like spawn of Satan.
Oh, that made me remember something I didn't have on my list, so I'll just throw that an honorable mention for the end.
My number 2 was Amazing Race. Number 2 for you?
Number 2 for me, I hobied this one.
Okay.
It's a list of British game shows.
Okay.
I would love to see them make American versions of, because then the questions will be more Americanized and they wouldn't be as difficult. But things like Only Connect, Eggheads,
I've heard of that.
Pointless, and Tenable.
Well, I've heard of these because Jeff talked about them.
I was going to say, I think Jeff has talked about it.
I know I've talked about Pointless and Tenable before.
And Eggheads.
Oh, okay. Only Connect. I don't know if you guys do the your whatchamacallit, the Wordle or whatnot in those New York Times.
I do the Connect.
They do a Connect, and that's pretty much the home version of Only Connect.
Gotcha. Number 2, Brian?
Number 2 for me is Running Wild from Ted Nugent.
He hunts you.
Yes.
Oh, I was kidding.
A short-lived 8-episode competition series in which iconic rocker, hunter, and modern-day Davy Crockett, Ted Nugent, teaches ordinary people how to survive in the wild then invade the master himself. Nugent, along with his very own son, Rocco themselves.
Number 2 for you, Jim?
I'm going to go with Big Brother.
Okay. You're a big fan of that one.
Big Brother.
Can I pick what your number 1 is?
Nope.
What is it?
I don't know yet.
It's your number 1. You're up.
Oh, it's my number. Yeah, it's a challenge.
Yeah, there you go. So on Traders, they always have challenge. They've had the challenge people on there the last 2 seasons.
Yeah.
And my wife and kids are like, "Who's that?" I was like, "I don't know. Just ask Jim. He knows him." Johnny Bananas.
Johnny
God.
Bananas. Yep.
Johnny
Will they
CJ.
stop putting Johnny Bananas on shit?
CJ.
CT.
CT. That's it.
CT I like.
Just
Cookies down.
I mean, Johnny Bananas fucking showed up on The Worst Cooks in America, and I'm like, come on, we don't need to see this asshole anywhere else.
CT was great because he was roided out for like the first 15 seasons he was on. Mm-hmm. And he got kicked off 6 of them because he used to beat people up.
Oh.
And now that he's older and a little smarter, and again, he also knows how to play the game, so he actually practices some puzzles and does stuff like that. and he's off steroids, but he's still a big, strong dude.
He did pretty good on the trailers. They were trying to do a puzzle like in the water.
Yep.
And he was able to. He was basically the point person for it. Number one for you, Brian.
Number one for me is the National Bible Bee, hosted by Kirk Cameron.
Oh, nice.
Do they do words like Jehoshaphat or Jehoshaphat? Isaiah, like Bible words?
Well, those are names.
He didn't say it was a spelling bee.
Yeah, he did, didn't you?
No, he said the Bible Bee.
The National Bible Bee.
I'm sorry. Okay.
Hosted by Kirk Cameron.
My bad. Number one for you?
I thought he wasn't done talking
I'm sorry.
about it.
Have you seen it?
I have not.
Oh.
It is a Bible contest held for the first time in 2009. The competition starts with local contestants across the United States. And let me get to the rest of the article. The top 120 contestants from primary ages 7 to 10, 11 to 14, 15 to 18 advance to the national level. They are decided by a test that is based on the study passage the contestants studied during the summer. This is fucking terrible.
That's your number one.
It's amazing. I mean, it's obviously amazing, but
Study the Bible and we'll ask you questions about it.
Number one for you, Jeff.
Number one for me
You almost took my number one,
will
Brian.
come as no surprise to anybody. It's Jeopardy. It's still the
Yep.
best. It's number one.
Okay.
No, Who Wants to Be a Millionaire?
Is that still on?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
I don't
Is
know
it?
if it is or not.
I don't know if it's new ones, but they're...
Well, the reruns are still.
No, but they had Meredith Vieira,
Yeah.
and then they had someone else.
Cedric the Entertainer.
Yeah, but they-
what's his name?
Did they have Carnes? No, he did Family Feud.
Oh, yeah, Richard Karn did Family Feud. No, it's Cedric the Entertainer and what's his
Cedric
name
the
from Brooklyn Nine-Nine? Terry Crews.
Yeah, Terry.
My number one should be no surprise. It is what I've talked about. It's been canceled, though. Craig Ferguson's The Hustler. Love The Hustler.
No Holy Moly, Jason?
I forgot about Holy Moly. Okay, did it with Holy Moly.
Okay.
Good job, Jim.
I really thought Holy Moly was going to be on your list. So I
It
didn't
is
say
now. It's my number one. I do love Holy Moly.
25 words or less.
Nah. No Pictometry with Jerry O'Connell, which might be the worst show I've ever seen in my life.
Have you seen the new Mario Lopez one?
No.
Any People Puzzler?
Oh, fuck her.
That's terrible.
That's awful.
That's the easiest game show.
Oh, yes.
And she gets mad very easily on
Well,
it.
that's because they're easy fucking questions.
I know, but I don't trust her. I don't like her.
But I got to throw my honorable mention because I forgot about this one. But when we were talking about especially the cooking shows, I forgot the Crime Scene Kitchen,
Oh, yeah.
hosted by Joel McHale, where like everybody gets like 2 minutes. The teams get 2 minutes to search a kitchen to try and figure out what baked dessert or whatever has been made, and then they have to recreate it. And so you have to like follow the clues in the kitchen, and that's fun. And I
Do they
really
still
like
make it?
Yeah.
They did 2 seasons of it so far. I
yeah.
think they're doing another.
I think a third season.
Did you see Rat in the Kitchen?
I did. It wasn't that great.
I wanted it to be better.
I did too.
Let's see. My honorable mention. I really like Press Your Luck, the new one.
I don't like that at all.
With Elizabeth Banks. I really do. I like the personalization of it. I don't know. I just really like it.
Yeah, our sister will punch you in the face for saying that.
Thank you.
She thinks it's the worst game show ever made, I think.
I like it. Number one for you?
hopefully I've given
I'm
her
sorry.
some other options.
Nope.
Jim, any honorable mentions?
No.
Okay.
I have one.
We do it. Oh, go ahead.
Stump the Schwab.
That's kind of old. I think Schwab's been dead for a couple of years now. So
Oh, I didn't know that.
I think now you're gonna make me look it up.
Steve had Everything I Learned from Movies.
Everything I learned from movies.
He had Naked and Afraid, Naked and Afraid Legends, Naked and Afraid XL, the NBA, and the NFL. Wow. Saw what he did there. You see that?
I get it.
You see it? See it? Let's see here.
No, I take that back. He's alive.
I was going to say, I think I would have remembered the Schwab dying.
But it was the season. There were
sick or
2004 and 2005. So it's a little bit older.
Let's see here.
Still modern to me, Jim.
Doug, the screwdriver. He has Family Feud, Switch, Split Second, America Says, and The Hustler. Yes, I know it's canceled. Hey, good job, Doug, on The Hustler.
Have you watched Switch?
Yeah, I don't know if I really don't like it.
I like it, but it's like I said, easy questions with dumb people.
And they're horrible at the very end, when they have to answer 5 questions in a row.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh my gosh, come on.
And it's not even necessarily in a row, but yeah,
Correct.
But my favorite part is the host. Anytime he says the word switch, he has to do his hand motion,
and they get the little music,
and then they have to dance along the line.
Yes, and I'm like,
Did anybody not have the Squid Games?
No.
The real Squid Games?
No, the game show, the Squid Game.
Yeah.
That people sued because they were left out in the cold.
Oh yeah, the real life Squid Game competition.
Yeah. Something Cast sent in theirs. I think they misinterpreted. They did old school games, I guess. They did old school match game, tic-tac-toe.
Yep, these are great.
Tattletales.
Oh, Tattletales is terrible.
And Card Sharks. I love Card Sharks.
Didn't didn't that win a floppy for worst show?
Tic-tac-toe?
Or
I don't remember
that.
winning.
It was Snoop Dogg's
Joker's Wild.
Joker's Wild. Okay, Joker's
Yeah.
Wild. Snoop Dogg's Joker's Wild.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that might have won, yes. No, Tic-Tac-Toe was the one that had the dragon.
Thank you.
An 8-bit dragon, or maybe it would have been a 4-bit dragon.
Bad idea of the week. Number 282.
We talked about that already.
Secondhand adult sex store. Don't do that.
But you can watch them.
You can. Titles for the show. I had Cookies Down.
Cookies down.
Cookies down.
Did you bring the gluten shaker?
Yeah.
Yes.
Don't declaw your cat. That's just a thing. Since we can't use his first name, the mustard of interns.
I had the Matt Mustard of
I
interns.
know. Did you put him down? And a giant black hole.
I had the butthole version of Wish.
Nope.
It's a tapestry, if you will. Matt Mustard of interns, and HOBI is dishwasher safe.
Oh, wow.
That might be it. Brian? Okay, Jeff.
Okay, I had A King Without a Country, The King of Kitty City.
That needs to be a song.
The King of Kids.
Not you for you to sing.
Sorry, Brian. I'm so sorry.
Fortnite in the Green Room. It's His Mork and Mindy. Agent Fax Machine.
Agent Fax Machine.
And There's a Leech in My Face.
No, that's a blood clot.
It's just a blood clot.
You see this here? That's a blood clot. I'm going to put it back.
Hey, Jim, should we go to the hospital?
Nah, it's just a blood clot. You know you can die from that?
Especially that close to your brain.
And this leech is inside her going, look at this dumb idiot. I'm just going to live here.
Good thing it wasn't.
The leech is like, oh my God, I picked the stupidest person to be a parasite on. I can't. When she dies, I'm dead too.
Yeah, look, it's good it wasn't a brain sucker, because then it would have died immediately.
Starvation.
Sorry, what are your picks, Brian, for your titles?
I had Did They Put Him Down? The Matt Mustard of interns. And Lactavia.
Lactavia!
Yeah, Jamie Lee Curtis is the queen of Lactavia.
I had Jamie Lee Curtis as the queen of Lactavia.
There's no stomach issues in Lactavia. I'm just saying.
Everyone's regular there.
That's it. Right. It's a great sewer system we have.
Except for those people who are lactose intolerant.
Lactate! Oh, they killed him. They execute them.
How do you think we make the Lactavia?
Did they put him down?
Yes. And then their theme song is Lactavia. Anyways, so I guess we're doing HOBI is dishwasher safe.
HOBI is dishwasher safe.
I like it. Roger says goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bye.
From Walking Dead to Talking Heads, from comic books to TV sets, there's a history. It's not so bad, there's the history. It's the history of bad, so bad. The history of bad, it's bad. History of bad ideas. Podcast.
You've been listening to HOBI.